Guys, I need all of you to understand that if you do not do this stuff, it's more than likely your first Amazon FBA product is going to fail. So you have to make sure you do these things or you're not going to be able to reach the goals that you set for yourself. So keep this in mind. Now, the main reason I wanted to create this video is because I know a lot of times when people get started with Amazon FBA, they want to make the right decisions when they're picking their first product. Now, of course, when you first start out, it's not going to be as simple as that. There are a lot of things that you have to factor into, picking your first Amazon FBA product. Like the profit margin, the cost, whether you differentiate or not, how competitive the market is, and there's just tons of stuff that you just have to consider when you get started. And a lot of these things I didn't consider with my first Amazon FBA product, so I wasn't able to, get it up and going and and get it to where I can actually start profiting a lot from it. And what I'm going to discuss with you guys now is that the main reason my first Amazon FBA product did not turn out well is because I simply just did not launch it correctly, and I also did not differentiate it or make it look different from everybody else's listing. So the main reason a lot of people don't do well for their Amazon FBA product, it's not because they pick necessarily a bad product, it's because they don't differentiate it or they don't launch it correctly. So like for my first product, I'll just sit down for you guys. So for my first product, I was able to get a good one. Like, it had good stats and everything. It had all the revenue that I'd wanted each month and stuff. Like, the product was blowing up, and I really was, I was confident about it. I was just like, wow, this product stats is amazing. It's not patented or anything, so I can just jump on this and get started. But the main thing that I forgot to do was to look and see how I could differentiate it, how I could actually start launching a product as well. So what differentiation is what you guys need to keep in mind, is that you have to make sure and see that your product is different from everyone else's, because if you don't, then you're going to be asking yourself, like, why will people buy my product over everybody else's? Well, once you ask yourself that question, that entails you to figure it out, find out what's going to make your product different from everyone else's, right? Whether it's a bundled item, whether it's an ebook, and if you can't find anything that to bundle with them, go on Amazon, look at a product that's doing really well, like for that product that you specifically choose. Look and see what products are doing really well. Scroll all the way to the bottom and look at what other customers are buying with it. So, for my first product, it was the Angleizer ruler. A lot of people, they were purchasing the pencils with it, right? They were throwing on the pencils with it as like an add-on item. Other people were throwing on protractors. So people, they thought about this stuff before they jumped onto the product. And the way you bundle things, it's really not that hard, guys. It's very simple to do. You just have to make sure that, there's really two different ways you can do it. One way is if your supplier actually has that stuff in stock, which most likely, if you have a product that's in a certain niche and the product that you want to bundle with is in a similar niche, like the pencils or the protractors, most likely a supplier, if they're selling an Angleizer ruler, they're going to have other stuff in that niche related to it, like the construction niche or home improvement niche, something like that. So you just have to go through their store on Alibaba and actually see if they have that in stock. And then also you can ask them on Alibaba using the chat now button, or message them on Skype. So you just have to figure out all that stuff once you figure out what product you set your mind to. Because once you differentiate it, you're making yourself stand out. It's so important. Even if you have different pictures and everything, people are still going to be trying to figure out why they should buy your product over everybody else's. And then the other way you can bundle it, if you really want to bundle a certain item with the product, and you can't find it on the supplier's website, or they simply just don't have it, you can go ask other suppliers and then order it from them, and then have them like ship it over to that supplier, and then they'll bundle it for you. Now that probably takes a little bit more money and time, but if you have money and time to get started on this product, then why not? But yeah, most of the time that's usually what it is. You just bundle an item that they have on the website. It doesn't have to be anything crazy or too expensive. Maybe something that costs you anywhere from 50 cents to maybe $1 for the product. But yeah, that's the whole differentiation thing. That's probably the #1 most important thing when you're picking your Amazon FBA product, that you want to keep your mind out for when you start it, because finding a good Amazon FBA product, it's not that hard. What's hard is actually getting everything else right with differentiating, or well, it's not hard. It's just that a lot of people, they just forget it, or they just think that you can just throw up the product and expect it to sell. That's the main thing. So you just have to watch out for that. As far as picking your Amazon FBA product, there's tons and tons of videos out there on my channel and other people's channels on what to look for your Amazon FBA products, on the reviews, having low reviews, having a decent sales volume each month, the fact that it has a good amount of demand to where you're going to be able to make a certain amount of revenue or income, and then on top of that, it doesn't have that much competition, so that ties in with the low reviews. So most of you guys probably know the basics of researching a product on Amazon, or using the web app or Jungle Scout Chrome extension. So there's a lot of videos on my channel and other people's that you can check out. But that is the main thing you guys have to keep in mind when you're choosing your Amazon FBA product. I'm just talking about you purchasing it alone. You have to make sure that you're differentiated, and you have to make sure that you launch the product. Because when I jumped on Amazon, I was just like, cool, I'm gonna do all this stuff, and I know what I'm doing. I've watched all these videos, but the weird thing is like after that, like literally after I started my product and it failed, I knew nothing about launching a product. I was like, what is that? And you learn all about the Amazon algorithm from that. How it ranks you based off of sales volume, how you have to rank with the top competitors in order for people to see your product on the first page or within the first top 10 listings. So when you guys are actually launching your product, you need to make sure that you are within the top 10 listings, because 70% of all the sales for a certain product is within the first 10 listings. Because most people, just think about it, if you go on Amazon and you're looking to buy something, you're not going to be going through every single page, all the way to page 10 trying to find a product, right? You're going to see a product that you like, you're going to buy it, okay? You're not going to go through a whole bunch of listings trying to make a decision. Because a lot of people are impulse buyers, other people have other stuff to do, so they're not going to feel like having to go through all that. That's why things like the buy box are so important. It's just going to save people time. So that should be your guys' goal when you start your Amazon FBA product. So the best way that you can do your product launch, I have videos on my channel related to this. You can use Facebook ads. It's really cheap if you can target a niche, if you're good at targeting on Facebook. And do giveaways, which you have to get coupon codes, and they have to be anywhere from 90% all the way up to 99% off coupon codes. Of course, the higher percent off coupon codes that you have, the more people that are actually going to be able to buy it, and then start ranking your product. But you can also use giveaway services as well, which if you don't know how to use Facebook ads the right way, then you can use that. There's services for that. And they'll help rank your product on the first page. They'll tell you exactly how many you need to give away on a daily basis, and they'll help you out with that. So you just have to trust them with that. But yeah, that's how you rank on the first page, within the first 10, and you just have to keep giving away your products until you make it in that. Like for my next product, I'm not going to stop giving away units until I get close to the ranking first, because I really want to rank first for my next product. And I already figured out what I'm going to do next, but because I really want to start killing it on this next one, and my next product isn't that competitive, so it shouldn't be that bad. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video, guys. Hopefully you understand a little bit more on what you need to look out for when you're picking your first Amazon FBA product. As far as of course, the product research is the most important thing, but a lot of people, it's not hard to pick a good product. The hard thing is, or it's not hard, like I said earlier, it's just people just don't know, or they just don't realize it, or they just simply don't know what product launching is or differentiating is. They can just They just think they can throw out the product and then just expect it to sell. So that's what we want to avoid, is just throwing up a a generic product, or without a logo or without any differentiation at all. And we're just trying to see how to make our products different and how to make our products better than everybody else's, so that people actually buy our product and see it. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. Make sure you like down below, make sure you subscribe and comment.